people that are still hanging in there 2 years later. Yeah, they just want Natalie home, and it's just amazing the support there still is out there for Natalie. Without that, I don't know where we would be. I mean, it's just amazing how many people still care about her, and all they want is for Natalie to come home.
There's a huge support mechanism out there with the internet folks. You know them, and I know them, and I do too find it amazing, Robin, that here we are 2 years later, they're as strong as ever. Dave, it must be difficult for you, and I know I've asked you this question before, around the birthdays and the holidays and all that sort of stuff, the day-to-day life. If you were to sit down and talk with a parent whose child has been missing for a day or two or a week or two, and they're just in that beginning stages, and I know with the Natalie Holloway Foundation, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about that in a minute, what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, the family's going to be in a situation like we were, just utter panic, and you just have to keep your faith, surround yourself with your family. Robin's been very supportive, and all of the other family members have been very supportive. Along with that, our community has showed a strong support, and just people all over the internet. I just had a call just a few minutes ago from someone I met on the internet. He was just he attended his daughter's high school graduation. He just out of the blue called me and just wanted to wish me well. No, it's been 2 years, and just thinking about me. And that believe it or not, that means a lot. And just the untold number of people who call and provide the support. And you have to have the support group. If you don't have that, you're lost.
Unfortunately, there's been a lot of misinformation regarding this 2-year mark that's been broadcast on some of the cable news shows. I'm not sure why they're so mixed up. Again, one of the reasons why I brought Jossie on before you to make it perfectly clear. Vandersloot and the Kelpel brothers are still suspects. They have not been removed as suspects. Is that what you've heard?
That's correct. They are still considered suspects, and they are still in an ongoing investigation. I had an attorney on the island kind of clear it up. Once they've been named as a suspect, the police have to continue the investigation. They had a court case a number of years back that said, basically the investigation should be completed by 2 years. But, if you're into it like they are, that 2-year limit would not apply.
And there is no statute of limitations as far as a homicide goes?
As far as a homicide goes, no. I did some research along with the attorney on the island early on, and they had indicated that they had a case that went forward after 14 years. So homicide cases would not have anything to. Now, if the suspects were released, they would have to develop more information in order to proceed on with charges, from what I understand.
Robin, it's got to be difficult, especially with the young children, to sit down and talk with them about Natalie without me getting too personal. How do you do that? I'm sure you have the pictures and, of course, with the television coverage and everything that goes on in the news media. How do you talk to the young ones about Natalie?
Oh, it's hardest on Brooke. I mean, Natalie she just adored Natalie, and, she just missed her sister, and, Caitlin was only 2, so, I mean, to look at pictures and, there's Sissy or there's Natalie, but how do you explain that? I don't know. I mean, I'm still struggling with that, but they miss Natalie so bad, and we've got to find out what happened to her.
Absolutely. Dave, just before I let you guys go, of course, there's still a reward offered for information on Natalie's disappearance?
Yes, there is. There's a $250,000 reward for the person who comes forward with information that will solve the case or find Natalie. Of course, the $1 million reward is still out there, but that's for her safe return. And, that's probably, based on the information we've seen, probably not going to come about. So, the FBI told us early on in the investigation, and, and it's been difficult for us to accept it, but, finally you come to a conclusion after reviewing the case file and everything that we're looking at a homicide case.
Well, I know that everyone in my listening audience, and even those that don't, around the world, hope that you'll get the answers that you truly deserve. And I want to thank you both for joining me this evening. And, of course, we'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
Thanks, Robin. Okay.